About the heavyweight fight, so I guess I'll jump right into that. Yes, T-Mobile blew the fight. That wasn't supposed to go up, but it did. This is for the official heavyweight title. You know, we've been working on a new agreement with Francis for like 2 years now, and we had gotten to a point where, he was going to fight John Jones, and many who believe, including me, that he's the best of all time, for the heavyweight championship. And John Jones has been willing and ready and able to fight anybody. He didn't care who it was. Could have been anybody in the heavyweight division. He was ready to go. And Francis, we offered Francis a deal that would have made him the highest paid heavyweight in the history of the company. More than Lesnar, more than anybody.
That's not a lot, dude. Francis Ngannou probably brings you hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, bro. And you know that. And you just continue to try to lowball him and just try to turn him into a cash cow.
And he turned the deal down. So, I don't know.
There's many more people that are willing to pay Francis Ngannou a lot. I mean, if he fights Fury, he could end up making $50 million. While he was offering, I don't know, I heard at most he was offering him $8 million at most. So 50 million is a lot of money, and he's gonna, I don't think Francis Ngannou should be already worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I think he's only worth like $3 million, and he's been fighting for 7 years. And he should be at least $100 million. But this guy is lowballing him, and these guys are making billions off him.
We get to this point where I've told you guys this before. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here.
They don't have to. You're going to lose many fighters. I think people in Saudi Arabia are planning on setting up their own thing, trying to pay these fighters triple that. So you're going to lose fighters to that. Even Jake Paul is trying to set up his own thing and trying to steal fighters from you. Even Jake Paul is willing to pay them better than you.
I think Francis is in a place right now where he doesn't want to take a lot of risk. Feels like he's in a good position where he could fight lesser opponents and make more money. So we're gonna
say what?
Lesser opponents. Feels like he's in a good position where he could fight lesser opponents and make more money. So,
dude. That's a straight cap, bro. You're just not willing to pay him. You know this fight, John Jones versus Francis, is going to bring hella dough. And you're just not going to give him a good cut of that. You're going to try to give him a small cut of that. That's why he left. Stop lying.
So we're gonna let him do that. We're going to release him from his contract. We're going to give up our right to match. And
do these guys care more about this brand, the UFC brand, and maybe the long, I don't know, the long... overall, are they thinking short term or long term? Because this way they're doing shit is just gonna ruin the UFC, and there's gonna be many competitors that are gonna pop up and try to steal fighters away from them. Maybe then they'll wake up. And I can't believe this companies in the US, and they're effing over these people who are risking their lives every day in that ring, and they're still playing them a little amount of money compared to how much they're making off of them.
And he can go wherever he wants and do whatever he wants. Yeah, that's where we're at.
When was that decision made, Dana? How long have you known that this was going to be the case, that Francis was gone?
Well, we've been negotiating with him for 2 years, and there were a lot of different, even now. I mean, the guy was just weighing over 300 pounds, just had knee surgery, hasn't really had a real training camp. And I think that probably has a lot to do with it as far as Francis is concerned, too.
You're just calling him fat now, bro. Just admit it, bro. You're just not willing to pay him enough. You're just trying to milk him as much money as you can off of him.
He doesn't know what's going to happen with his knee, how his knee, he's not getting younger. So,
I'm genuinely thinking, is he doing this on his own? He's probably not on his own, but dude, are y'all this greedy?
I don't even think he would have been.
Is the UFC owners this greedy?
So, we can't continue to hold up the division and not come to an agreement with this guy. We did everything we could to try to make this fight happen and try to give him the fight. But, you know, he's got it in his head that there's bigger opportunities outside the UFC with, you know, lesser opponents.
First, Conor McGregor did it. Now it's Ngannou.
The dollar figure? I mean, or was it like other things? Like, I want a bigger portion of pay-per-view?
No, I think that you're going to fight arguably the greatest fighter of all time. You'd be the highest paid heavyweight ever in UFC history. Or you think there's more money out there to fight somebody who isn't the greatest?
Yes, it's not a lot for like saying the highest paid UFC. Yeah, but it's not a lot because you already don't pay your fighters enough. So when you say the highest paid UFC fighter of history, yes, it's not that impressive when you realize it's the UFC and they don't pay their fighters that much. That's not really a flex.
Of all time, somebody who is a lesser opponent. I mean, you'll have to ask Francis that question, but in my opinion, that's what it is. Which isn't the first time that's happened here. It's not like this is something that's never happened before. There's been other guys that have come to us and said, you know, I don't want to compete at this level anymore.
Did you get the feeling that
dude, it's not they're not trying. He just keeps lying, bro. He just never stops lying.
Just really didn't want to be here at all?
I don't know. No, I mean, I doubt he'd just hang out for 2 years and continue to negotiate. And, you know, I don't know. I don't think he thought the Jon Jones fight would really happen. That's what I think. I think he didn't think that would really come to fruition, but it did.
Bro, I know for sure Francis Ngannou would be fighting him for sure. You just are not paying him enough. Why does he keep lying about this, bro? If you don't do this, probably Jon Jones might end up doing the same thing.
Jon Jones was literally ready to fight anybody. He didn't care who it was. And we could have done a fight with Jon back in, you know, October, November, December. And we kept, you know, we kept trying to get this deal done with Francis. And then finally it just, you know, we got to the realization that it wasn't going to happen.
Bro, if Francis was scared to fight anybody, he would probably not fight Stipe or something. Because that's like one of the top guys. If he's willing to fight that guy, he's willing to fight Jones. You just are not paying him enough.
Thing for me on that, so just be clear.
I hope that Fury fights between Francis happens, bro, so he can make way more money and laugh at this dude's face.
100% free and clear. He could sign a contract with anybody in the world tomorrow. No matching, no counter, no nothing. He's just gone.
100%. And this is, you know, this is for the official heavyweight title.
I was just going to ask you about that. I mean, not the fight we were expecting, but I think when people saw it, people did get pretty excited. What's your thoughts on, you know, Jones versus Gunn?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have, you know, if you look at the fight with Francis and Cyril, it was a damn close fight. So there's no doubt that those two guys are the best heavyweights in the world.
Bro, we don't want to see that. We wanted to see Jones versus Ngannou, but you just would not pay the dude enough, and we're just trying to lowball him.
And for Jon to come out and face either one of them is exciting. It's fun.